to you. This is very, very interesting. Very interesting. It may challenge some of you if you really believe in certain things. It definitely challenges my husband when I speak to him about it. Good morning and welcome back to my channel. So today is the week one of coming off of Mounjaro. And in this video, I will be touching a little bit on the key facts about coming off of Mounjaro. And also we'll be talking a little bit about my week. And I will also touch upon the book Obesity Code that I've mentioned before, in hopes that it will help us going forward. So like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so key facts about coming off of Mounjaro. Now, I've done some research and I thought I need something that is a pure facts, nothing what I feel, what I think. It's just pure facts. And I put some of the questions and answers on a piece of paper, and I will be reading it to you because there's no chance I'll remember it. Yeah, I would need to spend a very, very long time to sit down and try to memorize everything. So yeah, I hope you don't mind if I'm just reading off the paper. But yeah, so the first question: how long does Mounjaro stay in your system? So tirzepatide, as we all know, has got a short, is it called half-life? Not short life. Half-life of 5 days. But it takes about 25 to 30 days, so 4 to 5 weeks, for a 5 milligram dose fully clear from your body. So we're looking maximum 5 weeks. So this means you may still feel some effects whilst it's fading away in the 4 or 5 weeks. It doesn't just cut off, but the effects steadily wears off. So I think week by week, maybe you start feeling a little bit different. When do changes show up after stopping? Appetite and hunger signals can start to return within 1 to 2 weeks. By 12 weeks off, studies show measurable weight regain begins. Not scary at all. The facts are just so comforting, by the way. What happens to blood sugar? Improvements in blood sugar and insulin sensitivity start to reverse once the drug leaves your system. People with diabetes may notice higher blood sugars again if not on another treatment. Wonderful as well. Is weight regain guaranteed then, I hear you ask? Not guaranteed, but very common. On average, people regain 2/3 of the weight they lost within a year after stopping. Regains tend to be faster in the first 3 to 6 months. And why does it happen? Mounjaro suppresses appetite and slows stomach emptying. When you stop, those effects go away. Hunger, cravings, and food noise return. Your metabolism also adapts to lower weight, making it easier to regain. And this is the sentence why I wanted to also talk about the book that I told you earlier in the previous videos, the Obesity Code, because he also talks about that issue. So your metabolism also adapts to the lower weight, making it easier to regain. And so the last question I've got here in terms of key facts: does tapering help? So just coming off slowly off the dose may help with all of this. Some doctors recommend gradually reducing the dose instead of an abrupt stop. This may soften the rebound effects, but more research is needed. My pharmacist did suggest that 5 milligrams is not something that you need to worry about. You can just go cold turkey because it's not like 12.5 or 15 at all. I don't think there's anything to worry about in terms of that. So yeah, when I've researched and I've done research and I've sat down and read all the key facts, there was loads more, but I just had to like put it into like a smaller amount. If I thought starting Mounjaro was scary, then coming off of Mounjaro is even scarier. Damn it. Yeah, so it's basically saying, again, you can't say 100% because you can't say for every single person, but it is saying that the weight regains. And I've seen a couple of mainstream media posts and videos on, I think, the Good Morning or something. I've seen it on YouTube, not even on telly. And this lady also like regained the weight back, and a lot of people are saying, well, if you're going back to your old habits, then you surely will return to the weight that you've been. But I am struggling to believe that, and that's why I'm reading that book, because it takes a different turn on the whole issue of obesity and weight gain. And to be honest, I was always slim throughout my 20s. I was always slim, so I must have had good habits. And then at some point I obviously got into a bit different habits, and here we are. So yeah, it is scary, you guys. And moving on from the key facts, I may turn my page over and talk about my week and how it has been for me, the week one. So this week was my birthday. I turned 33, and hence the flowers. Thank you, Caroline. So yeah, my metabolic age, I always talk about metabolic age. When I started this journey, it was 39, and it is now 37. So as I'm getting older, maybe we'll just meet in the middle. My metabolic age and my real age will meet in the middle. I'm getting there. You know, metabolically I'm 37. I'm really 33, but yeah, that's all right. So yeah, birthday week, right? So I have made a cake. My family was like, oh, we'll just buy you a cake. And I said, I don't like bought cake. I like to make my own. And this year, for some reason, we had some leftover biscuits in the car. So I thought, you know what, I will make tinginis. And that is, in Lithuanian, is a lazy cake. So it's a cake you don't need to bake. You just need to put biscuits, crushed biscuits, and milk, butter, cocoa, and I think that's it. And then like roll it together and then leave it in the fridge. I'll insert a photo somewhere there. It may not look the most appetizing when it's not cooked, but it is so delicious. So I actually had so much of it. It was so tasty, and it reminded me of my childhood so much. And I'm like, oh, I just ate a lot of it actually. Yeah, we've been mushroom foraging. I finally found my dream mushroom, and that is a porcini. So I'm eating it like every day now, just to, you know, savor it and not take it too much, not miss it too much. Yeah, so we've been doing that, and yeah, I think in terms of doing stuff, that's about it really. Just been celebrating my birthday and walking, mushroom foraging, etc, etc. Now, in terms of my periods, I am still a lack of, so the it's not returned yet, and I think 3 weeks late as of now. So yeah, we'll see what's going to trigger that, and it's not going to be Mounjaro, is it? And also, let's talk about weight. Okay. Was I worried stepping on the scales today? Yes, I was. I had so much damn cake. Yeah, so I wasn't sure. And may I add, I've not been to the gym for a long time. I don't know, I just seem to go in waves. There is 6 months I can go and 6 months I won't. So we'll just... So I went on scales, and I am fortunately the same. So I've not lost any, I've not gained any, which is good because I had a lot of cake, I didn't exercise, so I thought I might gain some, but I didn't. I'm the same. I'm 87 kilograms. So that's good, right? So yeah, so that's my week. Nothing really to report. there is some hunger. Yes, there is some hunger though. Like I said, probably previously I wasn't bothered about the cake at all. And the fact that I bothered to make it and then I bothered to eat it and then eat it again. It's probably the first cake that didn't stay in the house for more than, I don't know, I think it was gone in the evening. So yeah, probably previously wouldn't have bothered eating. But I did generously as well. So I suppose that means that, you know, food noise is back or cravings are back. Don't feel like, I don't sit around right now. I just had breakfast. I don't sit around and like, I would like something to eat. Like I'm still feeling full, but I think it's still in my system because I feel this fullness in the tummy. I couldn't eat anything else. I've got a cup of coffee, but I couldn't eat anything else. So yeah, I suppose the time will tell with that. Yeah, fingers crossed. Moving on to the Obesity Code summary. I am still reading this book, but when I read the key facts about coming off of Mounjaro, and I know it's silly, right? We all know what's going to happen, kind of. But when you read pure facts, you then maybe take it a bit more seriously. So when I read key facts, I thought, okay, this book is getting somewhere. It resonates with me. I need an answer now. Because what I was planning to do, which was calorie reduction, by the sounds of it, is not something you should do. So I got on ChatGPT and said, listen, just do me a summary of the book because I need the answers now. Whilst I will still continue reading it, I thought if I know the answers now, I can take actions. Okay. So again, I will read this to you. This is very, very interesting. Very interesting. It may challenge some of you if you really believe in certain things. It definitely challenges my husband when I speak to him about it. But listen, the calories in and calories out model is flawed. I did mention that to you already, didn't I? Obesity is not just about eating too many calories or not exercising enough. Calorie restriction usually fails long term because it triggers biological responses like increasing hunger and a slowed metabolism. The real driver is insulin, not calories. We've been told it's calories, calories, calories in, exercise to get it out. That's what I've heard all my life. I kid you not. High insulin levels are the main hormonal driver of weight gain and fat storage. Modern diets, especially processed carbs and frequent eating, keep insulin chronically elevated. When insulin is high, fat burning is blocked. Mic drop. Obesity is a hormonal, not purely behavioral problem. Obesity is framed as a disorder of insulin resistance, not lack of willpower. This explains why calorie-focused diets tend to fail. And oh my God, let's just stop there. How many people look at others who are obese and say very, very bad stuff? Oh, they must be lazy. Oh, they're this. And while some of it may be true, and there is some component in the whole mixture of things, but it's not the main driver. People are literally struggling with their hormones and no one is pointing it out or doing anything to help. So here I am helping you. The role of meal timing. Eating constantly, so snacking, grazing, keeps insulin high all day. So if we're eating, if we're drinking coffee, if you're drinking tea with milk or sugar, if we're drinking juice, I have a bit of popcorn, a bit of apple here and there. This keeps insulin high all day. fewer meals and spacing them out helps insulin drop and fat burning turn back on. So you can see where we're going now, aren't you? The role of food quality. Refined carbs, added sugar, and processed foods spike insulin the most. We all know that. Whole unprocessed foods and natural fats and proteins have much gentler effect. So you can see where I'm going here. The solution that Dr. Fung promotes is intermittent fasting. I've touched upon that before, I tried that before, but I never kind of thought that there is real based evidence in it, so I kind of like just moved away from it slowly. Instead of calorie counting, intermittent fasting lowers insulin, restores hormonal balance, and allows the body to burn fat. Methods include 6 to 8, 24-hour fast, and alternative day fasting, depending on the person. Sustainable lifestyle, not quick fixes. Crash diets or extreme restrictions are discouraged. Long-term changes or in eating patterns focusing on insulin management are the real solution. What if the periods are also insulin driven? Core takeaway. Obesity is a hormonal disease primarily driven by insulin. To lose weight sustainably, you need to lower insulin, not just calories. Intermittent fasting and reducing processed sugars, carbs, are the most effective long-term tool. There we go, you guys. There's a whole book there for you in the space of 5 minutes. So I'm not sure about you, but I am very interested in this. So like I said, I was thinking about lowering my calories, keeping it 1.2 calories a day. That seems like a lot of problems, a lot of attention to it. But, you know, there's a lot of attention to it. I don't want to put that much attention to it. And this saying that the problem is insulin, in fact, not your fat, not the calories you eat, not how much you exercise, it's your insulin. What if we look at this from now on, certainly how I'm going to look at it, if you're in the same journey as me, why don't we look at it the same way? Why we look at it as we need to sort our insulin. Just let's work with insulin. Instead of working with our fat, let's work with insulin. So that takes me to the last bit of my video, which is my plan. So what is my plan? So since on Mounjaro, 100% I have reduced my calorie intake. And I was saying to you every month or so that my BMR on the smart scales was going down. It means that I was putting less in my body and my body was adapting to it and lowering the amount that it needs. So now I am expecting some weight gain because I don't want to follow this path of under eating calories just to keep losing weight, at the same time being groggy, having no energy, losing weight just to a certain point, which after that point you're going to start lowering calories again. And like, I mean, how low can you go? So I'm expecting to regain some of the weight. I might not be so scared of it, but if it needs to be done, I need to do this a different way with the knowledge that I have today. And we can do mistakes, as many mistakes we want, but when we know better, we've got to do better. We have to try our best to do better. So my plan is intermittent fasting. I think for me, the best one is 16-8, which is fasting for 16 hours, eating for 8. However, saying that, I am planning on having 2 meals only. I like to have large meals. That was the case before Mounjaro. And I think my breakfast will be at 10 o'clock in the morning. I have a breakfast, and then my dinner will be about 5 to 5:30, and that is it. I started yesterday. I have had pretty much similar breakfast as today. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I had half a sourdough brown rye bread with some butter, with some porcini mushrooms, with fried in garlic and butter. I've put some egg, 2 eggs I think, with some milk, what you call it, scrambled egg on top. And then I put some sliced tomatoes with some balsamic vinegar and salt and pepper on top. And that was my breakfast. And then I had a coffee. And then in the evening at 5:30, I've had a chicken leg with some carrot salad, a big bowl of carrot salad, which is grated carrot, 2 or 3 garlic, crushed in garlics, mayonnaise, and salt and pepper. So that went well. I was completely full. I didn't need to eat anymore, and I fasted until this morning. That's what I'm trying to drink this a bit faster, because I just had breakfast and I don't want to increase my insulin for too long. I literally had the same breakfast, and probably gonna have the same dinner tonight. So that is my plan. So I'll be doing intermittent fasting, and ideally 2 meals, and I will be prioritizing proteins and fats. And so by doing that, I will just be wishing myself luck. Sorry guys, it's a little bit of a longer video today. I hope you found something that is useful. I hope you enjoyed this video, and do let me know in the comments below if you are on it, or if you want to come off it. Are you scared? Would you be scared? Have you done it already? Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, like and subscribe. Thank you for being here once again, and I will see you next week in the next week's video. Take care. Bye bye.